have been, always will be.
Grab your friends, pick a day, and have some fun. Buy tickets at watercountry.com and save up to $12 on select days.
Water Country, Water Country, Water Country. Have some fun.
There's a lot of Volkswagen in every Volkswagen. During Volkswagen Smile and Drive Days, you can lease a value-packed 2018 Tiguan S for just $189 a month.
Medical malpractice is America's third leading cause of death. Not some other country, right here in America, 250,000 people are killed every year due to a doctor or hospital's negligence, and countless more are injured. If you believe you or a loved one were the victim of medical malpractice, call our dedicated team today. Our review team includes a registered nurse so we can quickly evaluate your case, and you pay nothing unless we recover for you. Call or visit to learn more. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
So you guys have recently started dating?
Yes.
Cool. I want to show you guys 3 Chevy SUVs. The first one is called the Trax. Great for when you move in together. And this is the Chevy Equinox. Perfect for when you two have your first kid.
Give me some time.
Okay. This is the Traverse. For when you have your 5 kids, 2 dogs, and 1 cat.
Whoa.
5?
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this 2018 Chevy Traverse for around $289 a month. Visit your New England Chevy dealer.
Save almost $50 when you buy a 4-pack of tickets online for just $130.
Water Country, Water Country, Water Country. Have some fun.
Breaking news here at 5 o'clock. Firefighters rushing to a house in Dorchester after flames started up in the attic.
People across Massachusetts drying out after another day of downpours, leaving several communities underwater.
Also this morning, 1 man shot and killed in Mattapan, 2 others wounded. Now, police are making a plea to the public to help track down this gunman.
And a grand jury report accusing hundreds of priests in Pennsylvania of preying on thousands of child victims. The Catholic Church accused of trying to cover it up.
This is 7 News Today in New England.
It's 5 o'clock on the dot, Wednesday, hump day, halfway through the work week, and this is a live look at your city skyline, and you see what's different than the past 2 days?
No fog.
You can see it.
I know.
That's the big difference. It looks like there's a little bit of fog there, but nothing compared to what we've seen since the early part of the weeks. Good morning to you, and thanks for spending your 5 o'clock hour here with us. I'm Chris Anderson.
And I'm Amaka Ubaka. Hopefully your Wednesday's kicking off to a good start so far. I have to say, Chris, yesterday we saw a little bit of everything. We had some sunshine and also those downpours.
We did, yeah. Big-time heavy rainmakers north and west of the city of Boston in the afternoon. Today, just a spot shower. Otherwise, it is going to be mainly dry, and we're getting back into that sunshine once again. Good to see the sunshine back at times, hasn't it been? 6-mile visibility in Boston, 2-mile visibility in Worcester. We've had some patchy fog this morning, but not as dense nor as widespread as it was yesterday. Temperatures running generally in the low 70s on average. Still a muggy day at hand here. And just a couple of spot sprinkles so far this morning out near 495. Otherwise, we are talking about mainly a dry day with just a low risk of an isolated shower passing on by. Temperatures mid to upper 80s this afternoon, fading back into the low 80s this evening. So it will be a warm and humid day, and we even step it up further from there as we get into tomorrow. Hot and humid, close to 90 degrees on Thursday. More storms in the forecast by Friday. That coming up ahead, guys.
Boy, it's going to feel like summer. Chris, thank you. Now let's get a check of your roadways. First look at your morning commute. Here's Elena.
Chris, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So far, so good. You can see the expressway. You can even see the gas tank. So your visibility is going to be good today for your commute. And the expressway is still fine, too. If you're coming in on 93 from the north, no problems all the way from 495 into Boston. Maybe closest to the city and inside the city of Boston, maybe some construction wrapping up. But that's about it for our slowdown. Still very green on the maps. Your drive time, very quick, just about 12 minutes across the board. And if you are taking the trains in, they're all starting the day on time.
Breaking overnight crews are investigating a fire at a home in Dorchester. It happened on Melville Avenue. Fire officials say that the flames broke out in the attic earlier this morning. Now, there were 3 people inside at the time. Everyone made it out safely.
Wild weather creating problems across Massachusetts. Yet again, people in Leominster drying out after heavy rain flooded some homes and stores there. And you can see some of the floodwater in the streets. They saw several feet of water, some of those areas rushing down into those basements.
And now they're working to assess the damage as the water recedes. 7's Matt Rascone is live in Leominster with more for us this morning. Matt?
Yeah, guys, this morning the water has moved out, but the cleanup is far from over in many areas in Leominster, including this neighborhood where a nearby pond overflowed into homes.
A loud and slow battle in one Leominster neighborhood to remove several feet of water from a basement. Once a live-in apartment, now ruined.
My father's 85. He's got a heart problem, so I live here and I take care of him. Yeah, so I've lost everything.
Donna Berry says the water came down fast. This is what she and her brother returned to after they had taken their father to the hospital. The flooding cut off power while their father was on a respirator.
They didn't want us to fire up the generator and run an extension cord in the house. I ain't listening. My dad needs it, he needs it now.
Tuesday's storms turned parking lots into ponds and roads into shallow rivers. Mayor Dean Mazzarella said the worst of the damage was concentrated around a golf course near Barry's home. A series of valves were supposed to drain water from the course's pond.
When you have 4 feet of water in your basement, there's nothing good that could be said from that. I mean, so we've got to go back and take a look at exactly what happened.
Worst of all, Barry and her brother say this isn't the first time they've seen this system fail.
4 times in 15 years. We've lost 3 cars. We've redone the basement 3-4 times. I mean, we're into this for $60,000, $70,000 already.
Now, a lot of frustrated people out here. The mayor says he plans to meet with the Department of Public Works today to talk about why those ponds on the golf course continue to overflow. Live in Leominster, Matt Rascone, 7 News, Today New England.
A deadly shooting in the middle of the day has Boston's new police commissioner calling for change. Police say 1 man was killed and 2 others seriously hurt in an apparent drive-by shooting in Mattapan Tuesday morning. Commissioner Gross says that there needs to be a change in the criminal justice system.
Stay-away orders and ankle bracelets do not work. We need to send a message that it is not acceptable in our communities in Boston that when we arrest individuals, it's their 3rd, 4th, or 5th time with a gun.
Now, 2 other men were shot and taken to the hospital. Police say that they are still looking for the shooter.
A scare in Bridgewater leading to an unusual police investigation. Here's what's happened so far. Police got a call early Tuesday morning about a possible hostage situation at a home on Aldrich Road. They say someone called claiming to have 10 to 15 hostages and threatened to kill them if they did not receive money. When officers arrived, they got another call. A teenager inside the home says a man was threatening her on social media using an app. Investigators now believe the man who threatened her made this prank phone call.
Also this morning, a revealing report from a Pennsylvania grand jury. It accuses more than 300 priests of abusing more than 1,000 children in cities across the state. 7's Kim Lucy joins us in the newsroom with all of the details. Kim?
Well, Amaka, the grand jury says they believe this is the largest report of its kind, detailing hundreds of cases involving thousands of victims dating back decades. Now, they don't mince words because they say for many of these victims, the report is the only justice they'll ever see.
It doesn't ever go away. It has an effect on you for the rest of your life.
Survivors speaking out through the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office about the abuse they suffered as children at the hands of priests.
He would always have his hands on me.
It comes as a scathing grand jury report is made public, detailing secrets kept hidden by the Catholic Church in Pennsylvania.
Predator priests were allowed to thrive in darkness for decades. The abuse and cover-up is now publicly disclosed.
More than 1,000 child victims were found in records kept by the church. The grand jury says they found for church leaders the main thing was not to help children, but to avoid scandal.
For a time, some of the dioceses sought to prevent the entire report from ever seeing the light of day.
The report names more than 300 predator priests. Only 2 are facing charges because the cases are too old to be prosecuted. But the victims say they've lived with the effects of the abuse for years.
I was very unaffectionate. I couldn't show any affection with my wife.
I had no desire to have children. None. because of this.
Current church leaders apologizing. The president of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops says, as a body of bishops, we are shamed by and sorry for the sins and omissions by Catholic priests and Catholic bishops. But Mitchell Garabedian, the Boston attorney who represents many survivors of clergy abuse, says the cover-up starts with the Vatican. Writing the Pennsylvania grand jury report lays out the standard blueprint of dishonesty, immorality, criminality, and cover-up of the Catholic Church, which has been previously revealed in Boston, an archdiocese and diocese worldwide.
Now, the grand jury notes they believe things have changed in the church. They say there are more processes to deal with abuse now, and dioceses seem to report complaints to law enforcement more promptly. But it says individual leaders of the church have largely escaped public accountability. Survivors say they hope Pennsylvania's report spurs other states to take a look at their history as well. Live in the newsroom, Kim Lucy, 7 News, Today in New England.
Happening now, search and recovery and rescue efforts continuing after a highway bridge collapsed in Italy, and officials say the mission could last for several days. This video in this morning shows Italian firefighters pulling survivors from the rubble. The death toll climbing to 37 now, and officials say several more people are still missing. A closer look at the damage shows the wrecked vehicles and concrete and twisted metal below that collapsed bridge, and you can see a truck there laying on its side. Authorities say about 30 cars and several heavy-duty trucks were on the bridge at the time. Officials are working to figure out why it collapsed, saying a structure failure may be to blame. Terror in London. New details now about the 29-year-old who officials say crashed a car into barriers outside of Parliament on Tuesday morning. Officials say he is a British citizen who moved from another country. They say it appears he intentionally targeted the iconic spot during rush hour and before crashing ran into pedestrians and cyclists, leaving 3 people hurt. No other arrests have been made in this case.
And the president's agenda consumed by those bombshell recordings released by former White House aide Omarosa. President Trump taking aim at her on Twitter, unleashing a flurry of insults. But Omarosa isn't backing down, making some striking claims against the president and sticking to them. The fight between President Trump and his former aide Omarosa Manigault-Newman has reached a new extreme. The former White House aide leaving a trail of secret tapes as she continues her book tour where she writes the president used the N-word. And Omarosa offered a new recording between campaign staff on a phone call as evidence.
I'm trying to find out at least what context it was used in to help us maybe try to figure out a way to spin it. I said, well, sir, can you think of any time that this might have happened? And he said no.
Well, that's not true.
He goes, how do you think I should handle it? And I told him exactly what you just said, Omarosa, which is, well, it depends on what scenario you're talking about. And he said, well, why don't you just go ahead and put it to bed? I don't know what the scandal is. No, he said it. He's embarrassed.
One of the staffers on the call, Katrina Pearson, says that the phone call was only meant to calm down Omarosa. But Monday night on Fox News, she denied the call ever happened.
That did not happen. It sounds like she's writing a script for a movie.
The president has been adamant in his own defense, tweeting, I don't have that word in my vocabulary and never have. She made it up. But Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders says the White House can't guarantee a tape doesn't exist.
Can you stand at the podium and guarantee the American people they'll never hear Donald Trump utter the N-word?
I can't guarantee anything, but I can tell you that the president addressed this question directly. I can tell you that I've never heard it.
So the Trump campaign is taking legal action against Omarosa for her book. They claim that she broke a non-disclosure agreement, but she says she never signed one.
To the latest in the Russia investigation, closing arguments are set to begin today in the fraud trial of former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort. Manafort's legal team resting its case yesterday without calling anyone to the stand. The prosecution argues Manafort had millions of dollars in income and lied about it on loan applications. He is facing tax evasion and bank fraud charges connected to his lobbying for pro-Russian groups in Ukraine.
Right now to baseball, the Red Sox looking to continue another winning streak.
And they did that, picking up their 5th straight win on the road last night in Philadelphia. Rick Porcello, season-high 10 strikeouts, looking good on the hill. He was pulled in the 8th inning, and Brock Holt came in, delivering this pinch-hit home run with a 1-1 ball game. That was the difference maker. Sox end up winning this one. Close game, 2-1. They are in Philly for one more game later tonight.
On a roll there. All right, there's still much more ahead on Today in New England. Tom Brady gearing up for the second preseason game. What he had to say about training camp ahead of the rematch with the Eagles.
And a snap decision lands a Lynn cheerleading coach in some trouble. What was sent out on social media that has the school now investigating.
Widespread showers and storms over the last several days. Today it's more isolated and we warm up with returning sunshine. Forecast ahead.
And it's a quiet, less foggy start to your morning commute. I'll have all of the details after the break.
What does it mean to be your #1 repeat dealer? It means doing things right the first time. It means remembering your name when you walk through our door. You can count on Copeland.
You can count on Copeland Toyota.
People say that I'm a rock star. They think I stay up all night.
Epic summer sales event with select SUVs starting around $20K. This summer is going to be epic. Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe Sport for $169 a month or get up to $37.50 in total savings. Hurry, offers end soon.
Mattress Firm's most popular sale is back. Why? Because people like you loved it. So, for a limited time, we've dropped the price of a king to a queen and the price of a queen to a twin. Enjoy savings of up to $600 across America's best-selling brands. Save big on every brand in the store and rest easy knowing you got the best deal around. But the sale won't last long. Hurry in today for incredible savings. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
This is where we prove German luxury cars are the best in the world.
Infiniti QX60.
This is not German.
Sliding second row. Why? Magic lift gate. Not for the track. This is unacceptable. Does it come in blue?
During the Start Your Own Legacy sales event, lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX60 for $429 a month. Visit your Boston area Infiniti retailer.
Nobody gets your carpet, tile, or hardwood as clean and healthy as Stanley Steamer.
That's why I call.
Call or go online for our $99 special.
Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
What does it mean to be your #1 repeat dealer? It means doing things right the first time. It means remembering your name when you walk through our door. You can count on Copeland.
You can count on Copeland Toyota.
7 News is brought to you in part by Enterprise Bank. Now, 7 weather with meteorologist Chris Lambert.
5:16 on this Wednesday morning. Good morning, everyone. Visibility not nearly as limited as it was the last couple of days. We've had some patchy fog, but all in all, a quiet start to this Wednesday morning. Dew points and temperatures upper 60s and low 70s, so still quite a bit of mugginess in place, and it is a mild start to kick off this Wednesday morning. And you look around the area, not much has changed dew point and temperature-wise from the last few mornings. One thing that has changed today versus the last several days, the shower and thunderstorm action is going to be limited versus what we've seen. Maybe not completely rain-free for all of us. You know, we have tracked a couple of sprinkles out near 495 and can't rule out the risk of an isolated passing shower or rumble of thunder through the day today, but showers and storms much more few and far between versus what we've seen the last several days. A couple of downpours south of Block Island. There may be a brief passing downpour this morning across portions of the Cape. Otherwise, we're drying out. You know, the trend is our friend here the next couple of days. So if you've been waiting for better beach weather, we have it today and again tomorrow. Again, can't completely rule out that passing shower storm that pops up, but it's going to be a limited portion of the day, and the heat is going to be on. Mid to upper 80s this afternoon. Should crack 90 degrees in many towns and cities for tomorrow. Friday into Saturday, this is the next front and area low pressure that we track. It will bring us some scattered showers and storms in here Friday into the day on Saturday. So we do have some unsettled weather ahead of us in the forecast, and it's going to be behind this system that we cool down and lower the humidity for several days to come early next week. So we'll look forward to that. I know we've been having quite the oppressive stretch of humidity here over the last couple of weeks. 85 to 89 this afternoon. Can't rule out that risk of an isolated shower. Beach day, we'll call it mainly dry, 80 to 85 at the shorelines. Should get partly sunny skies back throughout much of the afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight, a couple degrees either side of 70. And then for the forecast for tomorrow, mid-80s to low 90s. Sea breeze is kicking in the afternoon. Can't completely rule out the risk of a pop-up shower or storm in one or two towns, but much of the time is going to be rain-free. And that will include the Pats forecast out there at Gillette from tailgate right through the game. Will be warm, will be humid, and then we change that up second half of the weekend and early next week. We'll lower the humidity. We'll keep it a bit cooler, especially along the coastline as well, guys.
All right, time now for a look at the roads on this Wednesday morning. How's it looking out there, Elena?
Amaka, good morning, everybody. It looks pretty good out there on the roadways. You can actually see this morning, too, so that helps when you're driving, right? This is a live look at 93 in Somerville. Cars still moving into the city just fine. Pretty much wide open still from 495 into Boston. Route 1 southbound in Saugus near the Big Cactus also looks good. The Tobin looks good, too. Lots of green on the maps for your commute. Braintree up toward the city will be fine. The Split, starting to see those slowdowns. Your drive time right now, though, is still fast, just about 12 minutes across the board. If you are taking the trains in, you're in for a good commute. They're on time.
All right, Elena, thank you. The Patriots are getting set for week 2 of the preseason, a Super Bowl rematch with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Not quite the same implications, obviously. Quarterback Tom Brady, though, says he's ready for action. After some back soreness kept him on the sidelines for the first preseason game, TB12 says he's looking forward to taking the field when Coach Bill Belichick decides to call number 12 and put him out there. Brady's entering his 19th NFL season, but he says this training camp hasn't been the smoothest of his career.
Generally frustrated would be a very typical term for me out here. So I think there's a lot to do and a lot to get done. It's really this year is the focus, and you know, this team needs a great quarterback, and you know, hopefully I can go out and be that.
The second and third preseason games are typically where Brady sees the most action. He's expected to see some playing time tomorrow night against the Eagles.
Looking forward to that. I know he says he has some soreness, but he's been through it all. So
you're 41 years old,
right.
So you're going to feel some soreness.
To be expected. All right, up next on 7 News, the Alewife Station garage is back open after concrete fell from the ceiling. We'll tell you what Governor Baker is blaming for all the trouble.
A break in the case of a man caught peeking into this home in Cambridge. We'll tell you the latest when we come back.
Seven News is brought to you in part by BMW.
BMW, the ultimate driving machine. During the BMW Summer On Sales event, receive a credit of up to $3,000 on select models.
I'm Mike Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've recently been involved in a car wreck, I want to tell you something the insurance industry doesn't want you to know. Their own studies show that people represented by lawyers receive at least 3 times the amount of money as those who are unrepresented. This is very significant. Call us on your cell phone at Pound Law. That's pound 529. And you only pay a fee to us if we make a recovery for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Elizabeth Warren is done being our senator. She's already running for president. Like too many Massachusetts politicians, she'd rather skip to Fenway Franks and instead eat Iowa corn dogs. I'm political outsider John Kingston. I'm running for Senate to go to bat for you. I'll work across party lines to cut taxes, pass term limits, and stand up to extremists like Elizabeth Warren. I'm John Kingston, and I approve this message.
Few others on Earth can rival the strength of an ant relative to its size. Until now. The new 2018 GMC Terrain has arrived. Terrain,
the powerful compact SUV from GMC. Current lessees switch to GMC and get this low-mileage lease on this 2018 Terrain SLE for around $199 per month, or get 14% below MSRP when you finance through GM Financial.
You recycle, right?
But let's face it, recycling's confusing. We have a solution.
Standardized labels, they help people recycle more, and they help people recycle right. Let's recycle across America, and let's recycle right.
To learn more, visit letsrecycleright.org.
522, some good news here. There are no more concrete concerns at the Alewife parking garage.
Governor Charlie Baker giving peace of mind, saying that the building is structurally sound. Now, concern grew when concrete fell on a parked car last week. No one was hurt, but the MBTA temporarily closed the garage to make those emergency repairs. Governor Baker says it's back open for business.
The review people did over the weekend to ensure the structural soundness of the garage confirmed that, in fact, people can continue to park there for their commute. And I've said for a long time that for years, people didn't put the money they should have put into the core system.
So for now, there's no overnight parking at Alewife while repairs continue to be made. Work is scheduled to begin next month to fix some beams, patch decks, and clean the drainage system.
It's 523 up next here on 7 News Today. In New England, missing money. The city of Revere is investigating after more than $90,000 is unaccounted for.
And pulling off the ultimate surprise, how a local college student and the Celtics helped one graduate celebrate his major milestone.
First up, the newest flavor the Girl Scouts are releasing for cookie season. We'll let you know what it is when we come back. Stay with us. 524 is your time.
During Bernie and Phil's Labor Day event, now's the time to save big on Serta Eye Comfort. Choose either a free box spring or save up to $700 on an adjustable sleep system. Plus, receive a Spa Finder gift card with any Eye Comfort sleep system purchase. For deep down support, Eye Comfort at Bernie and Phil's.
At Enterprise Bank, we measure success by relationships, not transactions. We take time to know you and understand the complexities of your business to help it run more efficiently. Enterprise Bank, a whole new way of banking.
There's a lot of Volkswagen in every Volkswagen. During Volkswagen Smile and Drive Days, you can lease a value-packed 2018 Tiguan S for just $189 a month.
I had a great experience with National Floors Direct, but I couldn't resist the other company's big sale. But when their salesperson came by, he had nothing good to say about anyone. National Floors, the home warehouses, he even badmouthed the little flooring store in my hometown. Not my kind of people. I went with National Floors Direct.
At National Floors Direct, we offer next-day installation of beautiful name-brand carpet and hardwood flooring, and will beat anyone's price by 15% or it's free. Call 888-400-FLOOR.
National Floors Direct beat their price by $900 without a sale.
The Range Rover Velar.
Raise the glass to Simply Smart from Hood. It gives you what most low-fat milks don't. The rich, creamy taste you love with more of the nutrition you want and less fat and calories than whole milk. Simply Smart. Always good. Always Hood.
Choose your Serta Eye Comfort savings at Bernie and Phil's Labor Day event. Select either a free box spring or save up to $700 on Eye Comfort adjustable sleep systems, all with the cooling comfort and support you need. Plus, you'll receive a $100 Spa Finder gift card free, only at Bernie and Phil's.
Our floor director, Matt's favorite time of the year. He has been talking about this all morning long. Girl Scout cookie season is creeping up slowly, but there's a reason to get excited a little early. There's a new cookie reportedly coming out this year. Caramel chocolate chip made with rich caramel, semi-sweet chocolate chips and sea salt. Little sweet, little salty, plus gluten-free.
All right, so a little healthy. I don't think you can go wrong with caramel
Little
and
healthy?
chocolate.
Where's the healthy part?
The gluten-free part.
Oh, I was like, what part of that is healthy?
I'm going to see how many calories are in it, but I don't think you can go wrong with those
You don't worry about it. It's a Girl Scout cookie. You don't think about the calories.
That's true.
What is your favorite?
I like the trefoils, like the shortbread ones, the plain ones. What's yours?
Frozen Thin Mints and then Samoas.
Frozen.
Or Caramel Delights. They call them two different things.
You like to put them in the freezer for a bit? All right, pretty good.
Got to freeze Thin Mints. That's the trick.
Pretty good. All right, we still have much more to come as 7 News Today in New England continues. A cause close to a Gloucester detective's heart. The department raising money for a young boy battling cancer.
Making history, we'll have a look at some of the governor's nominations that are paving the way in their states.
And why a Lynn cheerleading coach is being investigated for something that she posted on Snapchat. Stay with us.
7 News is brought to you in part by your New England Honda dealers.
What does it mean to be your #1 repeat dealer? It means doing things right the first time. It means remembering your name when you walk through our door. You can count on Copeland.
You can count on Copeland Toyota.
Around here, we don't wait for opportunity to knock. We go right out and take it. Hurry into the final days of the Honda Summer Spectacular event now for the year's best clearance deals on the completely redesigned Accord, 2018 North American Car of the Year.
Welcome, guys. Hi. You are going to love the neighborhood. It's totally wired for Fios.
Is that a good thing?
Good. Fiber optics can move crazy amounts of data at even crazier speeds, and Fios is a 100% fiber optic network, so you can stream, game, and watch 4K shows all at once.
It's right about that.
See? We are going to have so much fun here.
100% fiber optic network, 100% phenomenal. Get the fastest speeds available for the best price with the Fios Gigabit connection.
It's Nissan's bottom line model year-end event. Get big clearance savings on the last of our 2018s. Like Titan, featuring an Endurance V8 with best-in-class standard horsepower and torque. Backed by America's best truck warranty. The smartest time to buy a new Titan is now.
Save up to $81.62 on the 2018 Titan XD. Or get a low $269 per month lease on Frontier.
But hurry. The bottom line and our 2018s are almost gone.
Enough with mouthwash that burns. In fact, most mouthwashes contain more alcohol than you think, but Colgate mouthwash is alcohol-free and kills 99% of germs without the burn. Colgate Total, mouthwash with no burn.
What does it mean to be your #1 repeat dealer? It means doing things right the first time. It means remembering your name when you walk through our door. You can count on Copeland.
You can count on Copeland Toyota.
Now at 5:30, a cheerleading coach in Lynn in hot water for what she said in a social media post.
Robbers on the run. Closer look at the man who police say robbed a bank in Arlington.
Tragedy in Spencer. The new details that we're learning about a deadly crash that killed a well-known attorney.
And missing money. 2 people off the job after the city of Revere comes up more than $90,000 short.
This is 7 News Today in New England.
All right, it's 5:30 on your Wednesday morning as we take a live look outside. From this shot, it looks a little blue out there, but we aren't seeing the fog that we've seen the past couple days. Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday. I'm Amaka Ubaka.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Anderson. Halfway through the work week now. We need to get a check of your weather forecast. Chris, some weird things happened yesterday. There were bright, sunshiny skies with rain showers coming down.
Saw quite a few people saying, what was that orange glow in the sky that we saw yesterday? Good to see the sun back, but we had some summertime storms. Felt like the tropics out there with the warmth, the humidity, the towering cumulus clouds, and you were in and out of the downpours between breaks of sunshine. 71 in Boston right now, 67 degrees in Worcester. The fog not as widespread this morning, but we have had some patchy fog out there, just not locally dense like it was yesterday morning. So we have that going for us. We also have a quieter pattern going for us over the next couple of days. Still can't completely rule out a spot shower or rumble of thunder throughout the day, but we're talking maybe 10% of the towns picking up on it as opposed to it being widespread like it was over the last several days. So the forecast does look good this afternoon. Warm, humid day, mid to upper 80s, close to 90 tomorrow. Low risk of a shower or thunderstorm tomorrow as well. And then we bump up that rain chance to end the week and a few scattered storms lingering into the front half of the weekend. More of that weekend forecast ahead. Chris.
All right, time now for Fast Track Traffic on this Wednesday morning. Here's Elena Pinto.
Amaka, good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Our slowdowns are starting. They're starting on the Braintree split. This happens every day, though. So if you're headed to the expressway, it's going to take you a little bit of extra time. The expressway right now, just getting a little bit heavier toward the very top of it. This is near the exit to Southampton Street. You can see we do have a lot more volume, too, this morning. So maybe something going on closer to the city or inside the tunnel. But it's not popping up yet on the map. So really our only color on the split, other than that, very green. Your drive time should still be pretty quick, too, just about 12 minutes across the board. If you're taking the trains in, they're all on time.
All right, now to the day's top stories on your Wednesday morning. Wild weather forcing people to clean up this morning in Leominster. Heavy rain led to severe flooding in parts of the city. Check out this video of the local Market Basket parking lot. The mayor says a system in place meant to prevent all the flooding in the city failed. And a deadly shooting in the middle of the day has Boston's new police commissioner calling for change. Police say one man was killed and 2 others seriously hurt in an apparent drive-by shooting in Mattapan Tuesday morning. Commissioner Gross says that there needs to be a change in the criminal justice system to send a message to offenders. Police say that they're still looking for the shooter. And a Pennsylvania grand jury report outing more than 300 so-called predator priests. The report says they abused more than 1,000 children in Pennsylvania churches. The allegations date back to 1947, and state leaders say that there is evidence of a cover-up here. Almost every instance of abuse in the Pennsylvania report is too old to be prosecuted, but charges have been filed against 2 priests so far.
Back here locally, a Lynn cheerleading coach is facing some major backlash this morning. A snap decision landing her in some hot water after she was seen in this video on Snapchat saying the words "white power" and making a fist. Now, the school is looking into this post. John Coco following these developments. He's live in Lynn with all the details. John.
Yeah, Chris, that coach now trying to clarify her comments. But one man we spoke with says the only thing he wants to hear is a public apology.
The head cheerleading coach at Lynn English High School on camera saying the phrase "white power," putting up her fist and laughing.
I was extremely shocked when I saw the video. I couldn't believe that someone of her character would actually have the audacity to post that video.
Gerard Dennis says he's known the coach in the video, Stephanie Cuevas, for years and saw the video on Snapchat after it was posted by a mutual friend. Cuevas also sits on the board for a youth football and cheerleading league in Lynn.
I definitely believe that she should make some type of public apology. I mean, she's a main figure in the city. It's only right.
Cuevas posting on Facebook that she does apologize if anyone is offended by her comments, saying, "Anyone who knows me also knows my character, and my reputation certainly speaks for itself. The fact is, I was making fun of myself in the video because that's my personality." And Lynn Public Schools confirming it's taking the video seriously and investigating. The superintendent writing, "The Lynn Public Schools is a wonderfully diverse school community with a long-standing tradition of inclusivity and deep respect for the differences among the students and families we serve. Any comments or behaviors that depart from this tradition are in fact an assault on our core values."
I would just tell my kids that that's a very ignorant person and to never do anything that's stupid, to be honest with you.
And 7 News spoke with Cuevas. She didn't want to go on camera, but says she will make a statement at some point. We're live in Lynn. John Coco, 7 News, Today New England.
Police tracked down a trespassing suspect who was caught wandering on the front porch of a home in Cambridge. Last week, we told you about this man captured on surveillance video. You see him standing on the porch and then looking into a neighbor's window. The 41-year-old man from Boston now faces disorderly conduct and trespassing charges. And a search for a robber on the run in Arlington. Police say that this man walked into the Winchester Savings Bank Tuesday afternoon and demanded cash from the teller. They also say that he wasn't armed but did get away with quite a bit of money. Anyone who knows or sees this man is asked to call Arlington police.
We are now getting a look at what led up to a deadly drive in Spencer. This is a crowbar that crashed right through the windshield of a man's vehicle, killing the man who was behind the wheel. He was a well-known attorney in Spencer, and police say that this was a freak accident.
A prominent lawyer killed in what police are describing as a freak accident in Spencer.
That's unbelievable.
63-year-old John Madeo was driving down Route 9 in his SUV Monday morning. He had just left East Brookfield District Court, where he was often working as a defense attorney. But just seconds after he passed by the fire station, police say a crowbar came crashing through his windshield and hit him in the head.
That's terrible luck, huh? You just never know, I guess.
Police say the bar was kicked up or fell from a car before it was launched through his SUV's windshield. Madeo's SUV swerved off the road, over the curb, and into a parked car, and then down this embankment.
He must have lost consciousness or something that came down through the parking lot, down the embankment, took out the bushes there, and stopped there. It was amazing that he stopped there. Could have came all the way into the building.
First responders had to break the passenger window to get Madeo out. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. He was a well-known defense attorney and worked as an assistant district attorney for the Worcester County DA's office for more than 15 years. The office released a statement that says, in part, the entire DA's office extends its heartfelt condolences to John's wife, Sue, his daughter, Laura, and his daughter and our colleague, Ada Molly. John touched many people in his life with his sharp wit, his compassion, and his legal abilities. He will be missed by all who knew him. This is a big loss for our community.
It's an awful thing, yeah. My daughter works in the court system, so she might have even known the guy.
Now, the question still remains, where did that crowbar come from? Police are calling it an accident, but are asking anyone who has information to give them a call. 2 people are off the job this morning after the city of Revere discovered there was a lot of money missing. City leaders say an audit revealed decades of money mismanagement, including in the parking department. That's where officials say more than $92,000 is missing. 2 parking employees have been suspended without pay while the investigation into where that money went happens. The city mayor talked about the discovery at the city council meeting this week.
There are actually 2 reviews that were done. And they uncovered years of mismanagement, probably decades of mismanagement. And the fact is that we're cleaning that up, we're fixing it. It's really not a $92,000 problem. It's probably more like a hundreds of thousands of dollar problem.
Revere voted to bring in both state and federal investigators to look at the city's finances. We are following some more news today, and Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders apologizing for a false statement that she made about job numbers for African Americans. Here's what she said during the daily briefing yesterday.
This president, since he took office in the year and a half that he's been here, has created 700,000 new jobs for African Americans. That's 700,000 African Americans that are working now that weren't working when this president took place. When President Obama left after 8 years in office, he had only created 195,000 jobs for African Americans.
Sanders later tweeted out an apology correction from today's briefing. Job numbers for President Trump and President Obama were correct, but the time frame for President Obama wasn't. I'm sorry for the mistake, but no apologies for the 700,000 jobs for African Americans created under President Trump.
And candidates making history during last night's primaries in Vermont. Democrat Christine Hallquist became the first ever openly transgender nominee for governor. The former energy executive beat out 3 other candidates. Hallquist is one of more than 400 LGBTQ candidates running for office this year. And in Connecticut, a former teacher is one step closer to becoming the first black Democrat to be elected to Congress in Connecticut. Johanna Hayes claiming the Democratic nomination during her primary. In 2016, President Obama awarded Hayes the National Teacher of the Year award. And in Minnesota, a congressional candidate is on the verge of making history of her own. Ilhan Omar winning the Democratic primary. She came to the United States 2 decades ago, and with a win would become the first Somali-American member of the U.S. House.
Happening today, Boston Mayor Marty Walsh is heading to Iowa, where he will rally support for Democratic candidates. Walsh will take part in several events over the next few days to help support candidates for key positions, including governor and Congress. He will also speak with local labor leaders about the upcoming elections. A child with cancer gets a show of support from his community.
Gloucester police teaming up with Cops for Kids with Cancer to make a big donation to the family. 3-year-old William Bren is undergoing radiation and chemotherapy for kidney cancer. On Tuesday, police gave $5,000 to go towards his medical costs. William's dad says it's been a tough battle, but things are looking up.
He's progressing extremely well, and yeah, he's gonna get through this. I know it. If you're out there, you're struggling, take one look at this guy. Stay strong-willed. Hopefully this guy's an inspiration to you. He is to me.
Organizers say the Cops for Kids with Cancer program has raised more than $3.5 million to help more than 600 families like Williams. Wow, what an inspiration.
It is. It is. Still ahead here on 7 News Today in New England, the Celtics stepping in to help deliver a diploma to a local college student. The special ceremony held for this graduate.
And sprinting ahead in the smartphone game when they plan to roll out their new 5G phones.
And the power of Mother Nature on display as wicked weather moves across parts of the East Coast.
Big flooding across upstate New York and Pennsylvania yesterday, even some flash flooding in Worcester County. For us in New England today, a quieter day, just an isolated shower storm. But look at the temperatures, mid to upper 80s. How long will the heat last ahead in the forecast?
Getting slower out on the roadways. I'll have your full traffic report and all the updates after the break.
Visit the Marshfield Fair. Discover all the excitement at marshfieldfair.org.
Get red hot savings at Ernie Bach Summer Fun.
Unlock the savings this summer at Bach Honda. Drive home a brand new Honda CRV, just $129 a month. Or buy an all-wheel drive CRV for only $19.9.
Come on down.
Unlock your legendary low Bach price today. Get the same car for less money before the summer of fun ends.
Ernie Bach Summer Fun.
Call, click, or come on down.
Elizabeth Warren is done being our senator. She's already running for president. Like too many Massachusetts politicians, she'd rather skip to Fenway Franks and instead eat Iowa corn dogs. I'm political outsider John Kingston. I'm running for Senate to go to bat for you. I'll work across party lines to cut taxes, pass term limits, and stand up to extremists like Elizabeth Warren. I'm John Kingston, and I approve this message.
Don't miss the grand opening of the new Floor & Decor in Avon.
If you have never been to a Floor & Decor, you have to go to the grand opening.
Hardwoods, laminates, tile, or stone.
Holy smokes, this place is huge. I'm on a budget, and I was able to go to Floor & Decor and save a lot of money.
You will be blown away by this experience.
The pros come here, I come here.
If you love your wallet and you love your home, you have to go.
Floor & Decor, now open in Avon. Route 24, exit 19B, next to Jordan's Furniture.
Here's your Buick, sir. Actually, that's my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Current eligible lessees, get this low mileage lease on this 2018 Encore for around $159 per month. Or get this 2018 Buick Envision for around $239 per month.
Tracking wild weather in upstate New York, rivers and streams are filled to the brim. Take a look at this. You're looking at the same waterfall. So this is the before and the after the flooding hit. It gives you an idea of the heavy rain's impact. Some people in that area have evacuated their homes because of all this flooding. So a lot of different parts of the country seeing just so much flooding.
Yeah, we've seen video of streams turning into raging rivers. Chris, just the power of Mother Nature, and even here,
yeah,
I mean, we've had several flooding issues.
Yeah, you had it in Lynn over the weekend up through Peabody, and then yesterday out into Leominster, a quick 1 to 3 inches of rain, portions of northern Worcester County, and then in the past days, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and upstate New York. So over New England, there has been in the northeast section of the country a slow-moving area of low pressure. We're saying goodbye to it as we go through the next couple of days. Good riddance, right? 71 in Boston right now, dew point of 68. You're looking at the temperatures across the board, running in the upper 60s and low 70s. That's no different than the last several mornings. This not much different either. The dew point levels running mid-60s to near 70. Smidge lower humidity versus what we had yesterday morning. And with that in mind, not as much fog this morning. We've had areas of patchy fog and low clouds, but not as prevalent as it was yesterday. Couple of spot downpours just to the south of Block Island. These continue to work off to the east-northeast, so down across the Cape and the islands. Don't be surprised if you see a brief passing downpour as we go through the course of the next several hours here. Still about an hour or so away, but thinking early to mid-morning here, can't rule out the risk of a passing shower. Look at this, though. Upstate New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey had so many flash flood warnings over the last several days. it is nice and quiet and dry out that way. So we have the system that's taking its journey off to the east. Still can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm over the next couple of days, but the theme is that this air mass that you see across New England back to upstate New York and Pennsylvania will be with us for 2 days. That means upper 80s to near 90 degrees tomorrow, the hotter of the 2 days, before we can get into this area of low pressure that's back across the Great Lakes. This will deliver more scattered showers and storms as we work into Friday and into the day on Saturday. So forecast goes like this later on today, well into the 80s, mid to upper 80s. Again, can't rule out that spot shower or rumble of thunder, but look at how few and far between they are later on today. Still humidity in place, not quite as humid as yesterday, and then it will be a mild and muggy overnight tonight. We start warm tomorrow, close to 70 degrees early in the morning. We finish up near 90 in the afternoon, and that will include the city of Boston, so it will be a hot one across the area, although some sea breezes likely kicking in mid to late afternoon along the coastline tomorrow. Pretty good beach day ahead of us over the next couple of days. Friday into Saturday will bring back the risk of the scattered downpours, scattered showers and storms, and we'll also bring back higher pollen counts as we end the week and start to head into the weekend here now that the drier weather is back into place. Taking a look at the forecast for us, the warmest 2 days of the 7-day forecast will be today and tomorrow. Once we get beyond this front that works on through Friday into Saturday, we cool it off, especially at the coastline, and we lower the humidity. Look at the overnight lows early next week, down near 60, guys.
Let's head out to the roadways, 548. Elena, what do we need to know at this point?
Chris, well, it's getting slower out on the roadways, but we still see a lot of movement in some areas. The Pike is one of them, all the way from 495 into the city. It should be fine. Our river roads are still looking okay. It looks like some people are taking a kayak trip maybe on the Charles this morning. That doesn't sound too bad. The expressway, this is really where we're seeing the most slow traffic, near the gas tank, near the very top of the expressway toward the tunnel, and also on the Braintree split. A lot of our color hanging out on the maps on those areas, but otherwise very green. So your drive time right now, still not too bad. Only about 15 minutes on the expressway, 12 on the Pike, 12 on 93. If you're taking the trains, they're still all on time.
Special ceremony for a college graduate from Abington. The Celtics teaming up with Southern New Hampshire University to help deliver him his diploma. 7 years ago, that student was paralyzed in an accident that happened at a local swimming pool.
But that didn't stop him from achieving his goal of graduating.
Congratulations on this. And on behalf of Southern New Hampshire University, we want to present you with your degree. Thank you. Thank you.
Southern New Hampshire University and the Boston Celtics helping make a special delivery to a local disabled student.
Very surprising.
They loaded up the SNHU bus on Tuesday and headed off to Abington to deliver Nick Malafronti his diploma. Nick earned his bachelor's degree in July despite a swimming accident that left him paralyzed 7 years ago. The accident forced him to stop school at Westfield State University, but he was able to later enroll in online courses at Southern New Hampshire University.
They're incredible. Just a great university to do the online, and for anybody that has an injury or disability.
Nick's family says he was motivated to finish his goal.
I kind of knew he would always poke away at it, but to finally get to the finish line, and at a young age of 26, that's amazing.
He was determined, and it's important. I know he says everybody graduates school, but it's not as easy for him as it is for everybody else.
School administrations say they're impressed.
Nick's story is one that should inspire other people. Finding the right support systems, one of the things that's really good about being here today is seeing all the support that he had to get there. No one does this kind of thing alone.
And everyone helped him celebrate with a surprise graduation party and a custom Celtics jersey.
Gotta keep grinding, keep fighting.
Nick is definitely an inspiration. He earned a business and administration degree. He plans to take the summer off before applying to jobs. Wow. Amazing.
Bright future ahead of him.
For sure.
Because of all of his hard work. Up next on the news station, a rare surgery giving a woman a second chance at life. Why it was such a historic procedure.
And coming up at 6, another morning of drying out across New England after downpours flood even more communities. It's 5:51 and you're watching the news station.
7 News is brought to you in part by LL Bean.
There's a lot of Volkswagen in every Volkswagen. You can lease a value-packed 2019 Jetta S for just $189 a month.
I
I've seen lots of homes helping new customers bundle and save big. But now it's time to find my dream abode.
Right away, I could tell his priorities were a little unorthodox.
Keep going. Stop. A little bit down. Stop. Back up again. Is this adequate sunlight for a Komodo dragon?
Yeah.
Sure, I want that discount on car insurance just for owning a home, but I'm not compromising.
You're taking a shower?
Water pressure's crucial, Scott. It's like they say, location, location, koi pond.
They don't say that.
Ah, another truckload of Toyotas. What a sight.
Yeah, during Toyota's national clearance event, we've got the last of the 2018s. And super low APR financing.
Maybe that's why they go so fast.
Okay, that's got to be a record.
Get a $199 a month lease on a new Camry with advanced safety features and 2 years no-cost maintenance. Or get $1,000 cash back on Camry with advanced safety features and more.
Save on the last of the 2018s. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Today is the day that the old goes away. Today is the right time.
It isn't just about vision, it's about care. Nobody cares for eyes more than Pearl. There's a lot of Volkswagen in every Volkswagen. You can lease a value-packed 2018 Tiguan S for just $189 a month.
And LG Electronics teaming up to launch a new 5G smartphone. The two are working on the first 5G device for Sprint to launch next year. So this comes while Sprint tries to merge with T-Mobile in a $26 billion deal. The new device would work with Sprint's planned 5G network and T-Mobile's existing 4G network. There's no word on the exact release date or what it will cost.
A 21-year-old woman is getting a second chance at life. She became the youngest face transplant recipient so far. Katie Stubblefield received the transplant last year during a 31-hour procedure at the Cleveland Clinic. At 18 years old, she suffered serious facial injuries from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now she's using her story to raise awareness about suicide prevention.
Wow, absolutely remarkable. All right, coming up in our next hour, officers called to a hostage situation at a Bridgewater home, but police say that this was all a prank. What the caller was threatening to do.
Italian rescue crews continuing sifting through tons of rubble and twisted metal after a bridge collapse that killed more than 30 people in hopes of finding any other survivors.
7 News is brought to you in part by MGM Springfield.
Blinds to Go's motorized blinds and shades. Easy, convenient, and now affordable at just $109. Not $400, not $200, just $109 only at Blinds to Go. We make motorized easy and now affordable.
It's the Ford Summer Sales Event, and now is the best time to buy.
We're gonna kayak, mountain bike, rock climb.
First, let's get out of the city.
Yeah. Oh, then hang gliding.
Oh, you're on your own.
Make summer go right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 Ford credit bonus cash on a great selection of SUVs. Hurry in for 0% for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on select Ford SUVs, or lease for as low as $149 a month.
It's been called the most irresponsible approach to healthcare. Question 1. A one-size-fits-all attempt to override the professional judgment of nurses, risking patient safety with hospital closures and increased wait times, while raising costs by $1 billion a year. That's why it's opposed by the American Nurses Association of Massachusetts.
The government does not know what it takes to care for a patient. We're the ones that do. This ballot measure would be disastrous.
During our Summer of Savings event. Come in and get AutoFair Nissan's famously low prices. Like a brand new 2018 Nissan Sentra for just $23 a week. That's right. Lease a brand new Sentra for only $23 a week. But hurry. AutoFair Nissan of Chelmsford's Summer of Savings event ends soon. Save big this summer at AutoFair.
Blinds to Go's motorized blinds and shades. Easy, convenient, and now affordable at just $109. Not $400, not not 200, just $109. Only at Blinds to Go. We make motorized easy and now affordable.
All right, here's a stunt. Ooh. You really shouldn't try at home. A motorcyclist in Texas is caught on cell phone video doing the Superman. So this is when a biker lays flat on their stomach while raising their legs in the air. You can see how fast that biker is going in all this traffic. San Antonio police said that they are looking to see if any reports were made about that stunt. You see all these viral things catching on. A lot of them so dangerous.
Not smart.
Yeah.
Because you're putting yourself in danger, but everyone else around you in danger if you crash.
Exactly.
So don't do that stuff.
Yes.
All right, we have so much more still to come on 7 News Today in New England this morning.
Here's what's coming up next. A young boy fighting cancer getting a big boost from Gloucester police. We'll tell you what they did for him.
Cleaning up and trying to dry out. Homeowners assessing the damage after severe storms hit Leominster.
And a war of words. Omarosa releasing more secret recordings while the president bites back on Twitter. Stay with us. You're watching 7 News Today in New England.
Summer sales event with select SUVs starting around $20K. This summer is going to be epic. Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $159 a month or get up to $3,000 in total savings. Hurry, offers end soon.
Get more out of your summer with more savings on more selection during the IRA Summer Sale at IRA Toyota Danvers. Shop over 750 new Toyotas, new Corollas, $139 a month with 0 down payment, or new Camrys and RAV4s, just $149 a month with 0 down payment. Your choice. Shop online at toyotadanvers.com. And remember, if the IRA Oval is on your car, you know you got a great deal.
You just bought one of those new power reclining sofas with all the bells and whistles. So you sit down, push the button, and you go all the way back. And you are so comfortable. There's only one problem. What do you see? The ceiling. Until now. Introducing Tilt. Push the button and your body stays flat, and only your head tilts up. So now you can really enjoy watching TV or reading a book. Come into Jordan's Furniture and check out Tilt. Little things can make a big difference.
Welcome to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
Only happens once a year.
We've got the last of the 2018s. Get in here.
Get a $224-month no-cost maintenance lease on a Tacoma 4x4 that includes advanced safety features.
I think we need more signs.
Toyota, let's go places.
Leominster neighborhood cleaning up and drying out after drenching downpours lead to serious flooding.
Stay away orders and ankle bracelets do not work.
Sharp words by Boston's new police commissioner after a triple shooting in Mattapan.
Keep the sunblock handy, a likely break from the rain, but will we see any storms return anytime soon?
And Omarosa putting on the pressure. The former White House aide with more claims and more recordings about the president.
This is 7 News Today in New England.
And good Wednesday morning. We are looking live out over the city of Boston this morning, where we still have some kind of clouds hanging around to kick off your hump day. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Kiki Fensel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Anderson. Hope you've had a great first half of the week and make the second half even better.
Yep.
We'd love to see a sunrise. It's been a while, Chris. When are we going to see our old friend?
I think tomorrow morning we'll be able to catch a sunrise out there. Even a few of us this morning, because the low clouds and the fog not as widespread as it was the last couple of days, but the sun does return late morning into the afternoon, so all of us will see some sun at some point throughout the day today. 72 in Boston right now, 68 degrees in Worcester. Visibility reduced, especially north and west of Boston at times, but not as dense as it was yesterday morning or widespread in terms of the fog. Couple of brief downpours to the south and west of the Vineyard right now. Can't rule out a passing downpour across the Cape or the islands as we go through the morning hours. Otherwise, any shower or rumble of thunder is going to be few and far between throughout the day today. I'd say about 10% of us pick up on that versus the widespread action that we've seen over the last several days. Temperatures reaching mid to upper 80s this afternoon, close to 90 tomorrow, and then we track more storms to end the week. That forecast ahead.
It is rush hour, 6:01 your time. Let's get over to Elena with a look at the roadways.
No rushing out on the expressway. Well, you can't. You can probably make it fairly good time if you're headed to the Braintree split. But after you pass that, this is where we're seeing most of our slowdowns of the morning. We do have some problems, too. So slowdowns start pretty much from the gas tank the rest of the way up to Boston. And we do have one breakdown in the northbound lane of the expressway near the exit to Columbia Road. So